So, the last movie you did was G.I. Joe. I guess that last movie release. What made you pick something so different than what you did, like a love story like that? What drew you to the role?
Actually, I was on this film for like 3-4 years now. I had to really, it's my first film that I've been on since the very, very beginning. Temple Hill, the production company, Marty Boeing, Wick Godfrey over there, they sent me the book, and I knew Nicholas Sparks. I knew his work from the movies that have been adapted from his novels. The Notebook, Message in a Bottle, Walk to Remember, and I just remembered that my wife, every time that they died together in bed, you know, her looking up at me and crying her eyes out, making me promise that we would die together in bed. And you know, yeah, exactly. You know, and you know, so I knew what that did. I know what that does to people. You know, Nicholas does know how to pull your heartstrings, and there's really not a lot of people that do it better than he does, and for a reason. You know, he really does paint these characters that people just can somehow just fall in love with. And so I read the book, and it just sort of, I don't know, it seemed to have a little more grit and bite than some of his other novels. I think because of, it really takes place in almost, you know, present day. So it feels a little more real. So I kind of got to be on the ground level of building it from book to finding a writer, then all the different versions of the screenplay, and then finding a director and having his input and letting it grow and sorting it and feeling it out and where it should be. So you know, I think I decided a long time ago that I really wanted to do a film like this. And you know, G.I. Joe just came along, and it was a crazy huge film.
How do you say no to being G.I. Joe?
Yeah, you know, I mean, look, I grew up with G.I. Joe, so you know, to play Duke was, you know, I couldn't pass it up.
Duke's the best character. That's what
Yeah. No, I don't know. Snake Eyes is the best character, but Duke's not that bad. If I wanted to play Snake Eyes, I was like, who's playing Snake Eyes?
It's funny that you mention your wife, because I was actually going to ask you if she had any sway in your decision to be in the movie.
I don't know if sway, but I mean, I definitely. You know, my life's been, you know, very, very rich since I've met her, and you know, I've been introduced to a new kind of love, you know, and I hope other people can have different incantations of love every time that they go through it. You know, I don't think I could have appreciated Jenna as much as I do if I wouldn't have had other relationships that have taught me, you know, about myself and about people and about relationships. So I mean, I guess every one of the relationships had a hand in it, but baby, if you're listening, definitely, absolutely, you had a hand in it, and you're the whole reason.
I was watching you and Amanda on the 10 show earlier. You guys were saying that you're both troublemakers. So I want to know what was the funniest thing that happened on set, or if you guys were practical jokers.
Oh, man. Everybody asks this, but and the three really pranks that sort of we pulled. Let me try to think of a G-rated one.
Oh, come on.
She would tackle me right over the desk if I started to tell you any of the real ones. But okay, so for Halloween, we all dressed up as like Lasse Hallström and like the producer, and you know, our producer's really short, so I walked around my knee. You know, just these things like that, just really kind of just goofy things, and we'd make T-shirts and with really funny sayings and stuff. You know, just kind of fun, funny, harmless things. And then there were some other things that weren't non-harmless, but I can't say them. I can't say them. I wish I could. I would actually say them, but I can't.
Well, you yourself are the oldest of 8, right?
What's that?
You have 7 siblings?
No.
You don't?
It's like the weirdest thing
it's
on.
Like everywhere I looked, it was like, he has 8, oldest of 8. And we're like, that's a lot of
I gotta know where that is. Where's that at? Like,
literally, almost every page I looked at.
The strangest
it was
thing
really
ever.
strange.
I think I heard I adopted a kid.
No. No, I'm the youngest of one. Of me.
So totally opposite of what everyone does.
Yeah, no, I'm just I'm 6 years younger than my older sister Paige, and you know, me and my mom and my sister and you know my father, yeah, it's just, you know, normal everyday.
Never mind.
Not extraordinary life.
Psych. Sorry.
Speaking of things that I've written about you, the Details magazine, were you kind of surprised about how much they focused on
No,
what they did.
Of course the guy's gonna write it. You know, I mean, obviously he thought that was the most interesting for whatever reason. You know, I mean, we talked about a lot that night, and you know, but I thought it was hilarious. You know, I mean, I didn't say it because I didn't, you know, I didn't want him to talk about it. You know, I figured he was gonna talk about it. You know, yeah, he made a little bit of a meal out of it, I think, but. You know, whatever. It's hilarious to me. I wouldn't have shown him the pictures if I didn't think it was utterly just. It was one of the most real moments in my life. You know, it was real fear and real pain, and it was just insane. I can't even try to explain to you how much pain it was. But you know, made it through. Back 100%. You know, we're good. We're good.
Just one about your surfing. You had never surfed before?
I never surfed. I grew up in Florida.
Can you talk about the Zen? I mean,
Yeah.
is that all there?
Yeah, it is. I mean, in a lot of ways. Well, you in the beginning have glimpses of it, of the Zen, because it's very frustrating. There's something really beautiful about it, because you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and you drive to the beach and you paddle out when it's dark. You know, you're pretty much essentially paddling out at night, and you're out there in the middle of the water, and there's huge waves at times. And if you get frustrated and if you start to, you know, get mad, and Mother Nature knows. You know, Mother Nature she does. She knows if you are in a good place or in a bad place, and if you start getting frustrated. I mean, that was one of the guys, my coach, or he's not really a coach. He was my stunt double for surfing. But he's just like a great guy. He's such a Zen guy himself, and I remember getting so frustrated that I wasn't getting it at first. And he's like, "Look, man, you know, just let go. Like, you know, just if you're gonna be frustrated, just know we're gonna have a long day. And you know, and if you just say if you can laugh at, you know, you're just learning, then you know you're gonna have a great time, and I guarantee you it's gonna work better." And I just started laughing every time I would fall.
Is there any parallel with that in acting?
It totally is. You know, and I always like to say, if you can just get out of your own way in acting. You know, I think so many people, if you're trying to be a successful career actor, a lot of pressure is put on you because you need to be able to pay the bills. You want to get the part. And it's almost like a catch-22. You need to be able to let go of that, you know, to really do good work. You know, you need not to need or want the result of the audition, to be able to really just go in there and have fun. I remember the audition that I figured it out. I went in for the Corwyn brothers, No Country for Old Men. I was 10 years too young for that part, but I still wanted to go in because I loved the Corwyn brothers, and I was just like, I just gotta meet him. I don't care, you know. I just don't care. I just need to meet him. And
Which part was this for?
the James Brolin part. And I needed to have been in Vietnam. You know, I was like, it's never ever gonna be me. You know, and you know, I made it really far in the audition process simply because I didn't care. You know, it flew me out to New York and whatnot a couple times, and you know, we had a great time, and it was just because I knew I was never getting the movie, and unless they rewrote the thing, you know, I was never getting it. But I could go in and I could just say, you know, fuck, it's good to, I'm sorry. It's just really good to meet y'all, man, and just do my version first and be like, okay, you know, this is where I think I haven't quite figured this part out. You know, what do you guys think? And you know, and then we would just play and start to do different versions, and you know, and they don't know. They're like, yeah, you know, I don't know, maybe let's try it this way. And if you could just get out of your own way and just say, look, I'm gonna go in there and just play around with these people, you know, and you're not. No one, especially actors, are directors. You can't direct yourself. You're not gonna go in there and do it right the first time, or the second time, or the 10th time. Hopefully, by the end of you shooting the movie, hopefully, you know, you might get it right. Or in acting, I don't really know what getting it right is. You know, it's all perspective. You know, one person can be like, I love that scene, or someone else can be like, that was the worst scene I've ever seen. And you just never know if you get it right. And you know, if you can just let go of that and just say, you know, whatever, I'm gonna go and do me, and just do you.